Well, good morning and welcome to another edition of File Wanderer. This morning it's something quite different. I'm going to make a pie today, a steak and Riggwelter Ale Pie. That's the Riggwelter Ale. I used to be a chef, a professional chef years ago, and I've always been interested in cooking. And I just thought I'd bring back, I'd make a something on a pie or something, or do some cooking online and give you an idea of what to do, and some of me recipes that I've perfected over the years. And this is one of them. It's a theme on steak and Guinness, actually. Riggwelter is made up in North Yorkshire in Massam. It's a dark ale, as you'll see when I've started, and it's really easy to do, and it's so tasty. It's really nice. I think you'll be wanting to try it, actually. The beef I've got, it's actually, I'm quite lucky really, because it's from my sister. They farm up in top of Derbyshire, and they farm on moorland, and it's all beef that's been raised and grown on moorland, on the moors. It's all organic. It's an organic feed that they have and everything. Well, they don't have feed. They just graze on moors, and they graze on all different types of herbs and things like that. Obviously you're not going to be able to get this, I don't think. I'll put her what's it in description, her email and everything, or what have you, links to it anyway. Whether she can send it or not, I don't know. It's just something that she gave me. We're over there all the week, and she said, "Oh, I'll give you some beef to try." So I said, "Fair enough, like." So it's not a paid promotion or anything like that. I'm not trying to sell a meat or out like that. It's just what I've got in. So it's ever so easy. So here we go. I'm going to start. I'll just chop the onions up. Just rough chop them. You don't need to do anything else like that. Watch your fingers. I've preheated oven up to 160. I've got this old Le Creuset pan here. It's one of my favourites. It's old and knackered, but by God, it doesn't half work still. It's been in family for donkey's years. So I've got a shallot here that's I've got in store. So rather than it go rotten, I'll chuck that in as well. It's one good thing with pies, you can do whatever you want with them, really. And if you think that a recipe is just an idea, and just tune it to how you want, really. Right, we'll put this in here. So that's onion. I like to put plenty of onions in, and then I put a layer of meat on. Look at that, it's lovely stuff. It really is nice gear, that. And then just layer it up again. Right. That's that. And put rest of meat in. There we go. Oh, it's going to be lovely, this. Just wipe my hands. And then I've just made a stock, just oxo cubes. I put 4 oxo cubes in a pint because you need that flavour, and you need something to help it. Just put this over here. That's that out of the way. Right, so I've got my pint of stock. Just put that in. It's in hot water, I've done it. There we go. Just a bit of sediment in the bottom. Oh goodness there. Right, and this is the Riggwelter. I'm not trying to promote that either. You could use whatever ale you've got. If you've got Guinness, use Guinness. Whatever, you use light ale if you want. It's up to you. But I prefer this. It's quite a nice, you know, stuff. So I pour that in here. This will go to making gravy as well, you see. It's a dark ale. Right, that's enough there, you can probably see. In fact, we'll just cover it, use the rest of it up. That's it, be nice and beery. Right, I've preheated oven to 160. So I'm going to put this in now. Well, it'll be at least, what, 2 hours, might be 2.5 hours. Just keep taking it out every now and again and checking that it's not run dry. I don't think it will be all that amount of fluid in it, but what we do later is we strain it out, keep the meat and everything, and put the gravy to, well, put the juices to one side to make gravy. And basically that's it, and then I'll come and start doing pie crust later. So wait for that. Hi, well, we've got the meat in the oven. That's doing nicely. It'll be in for a couple of hours. So what I normally do is I make pastry and then I'll put it in the fridge for about an hour or so, well, until it's ready meat and cooled down, and then I just make make it up and then start doing it. So what we'll do, I'll make 500 grams. It's basically it's a short crust pastry. So I'll put 500 gram in, and then it's half fat to flour, basically. But you can, well, I'll put a bit more fat in actually, and it gives it a better lamination. So there we go. Like watching paint dry, this, isn't it? That's it. It's 505. It's near as damn it. Then I put my salt in. Decent teaspoonful, a bit more actually. There we go, that's that in. Right, and for the fat, I put 250 grams of lard in. Now, I know everybody goes on about, oh, you shouldn't be using lard and this, that and other. But I think it's better than anything else, really. You get a great, base with pastry with it. It's all right. I mean, it's better for for savoury than, well, you don't use it at all in in sweet pastry. You just do it in savoury. It's only another theme really on hot water crust. So I'll put that in and then I'll just tear that off again. That's gone to 0. And then I put a bit of butter in as well. So we've got 250 gram, so roughly another 100 gram. And that gives you a very good lamination then. You'll see when pie's cooked about lamination. That's that there. 110, that'll do. Right, I'll just mix that up. You don't want to be watching me do that, so I'll do it and I'll show you what it's like. Just bring it up to a breadcrumb consistency, that's all. Right, well there we have it. I've mixed it up, pastry. I don't think the microphone's working, the bastard. Right, well, as you can see, I've mixed it up, pastry. You bring it to a fine crumb, and then just add a drop of water with it. Just put a bit in at first and mix it all up. And then just bring it to this consistency, and that's it. You just mix it up until it's you know, just get a bit of a pounding, but not a lot. Don't overwork it, or it's going to go hard. Then what I do is I put it in a bag, a plastic bag like this, that seals up, and put it into the fridge for a couple of hours, or until meat's done and cooled off a bit, and then we can start working with it. And it'll what that does then is it starts you know, it settles down pastry, and you can work it easier, and it stops all shrinkage. Because if you do it, if you cook the meat and then make the pie crust straight away, what happens when you start cooking it? If you use it straight away, it'll shrink in oven. So you don't want that. So if you just put it in just to rest for a couple of hours, we can leave it all day if you want, and it'll be all right. It'll not shrink as much. So we'll wait while meat's done and cooled off, and then we'll start building pie up. Right. Well, I'll give that about an hour and a half to rest. I've strained the meat from the gravy. I'm just about now to just grease this tin. It's a 9-inch plate pie tin, that's what I call it. They're not expensive, they're only just a tin pan. Just give it plenty of grease in and it'll not stick. That's it, I just use a bit of lard. Excuse fingers, but they're clean. Fingers were invented before anything else. Right, there we go. Just wipe my hand. Right, and to the flour. Now what we do here, it's all clean surface, and I'll just roll straight off here. Put a bit of flour down. And get your pastry. It's nice and cool now. What I tend to do is split it in half. Just rip half of it off, put it in there, that's enough at base, and then we need need to just have it in a bit of flour. There's a bit too much there, look. Don't get too much on it, just knead it up a bit, work it up. I don't know whether you're that familiar with baking, but make it into a ball, then knock it flat, and then roll it out. Roll away, always roll away from you, like that, and then turn it, like that. There we go. And you'll finish up with a nice round lining for your tin. That's him. Get in there. There we go. It wants to be about, well, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch, something like that. I think. Rolling pin there. Then what I do, roll it up like that, put it in your pan, work it through, work it in. If you, little tip, if you just rip a bit off like that, if you've got big nails or out like that, you've got a chance of it getting, you know, breaking pastry. So if you get that, break a bit off, and then you can use it as a thing to put it in, like, and crush it into sides of the pan. And that's it. Right, we'll just trim that off, and then we're ready for the meat. I've got a preheated oven to 170. It'll be in for about 45 minutes, but you can see whether it's done or not without it's, you know, progressing in stove. But you'll soon learn. Once it's brown on top, it's usually done, you know. Just give it another squeeze. But don't you know, make it an higher oven than that. 160, 170, that's plenty. Right. We'll get the meat. Now what I've done with this, I let it cool down, but before it will cool completely, I went and strained it. Now when you strain it, you always get that little bit of residual gravy in the meat, with the meat, which is a nice thing really. So what I do, I tend to stop me getting a soggy bottom on my plate pie, I put a few gravy granules in it, just mix them up, and it just thickens that gravy enough. Just to, some of them just some gravy granules. It just thickens it up enough to hold it together and stop it getting soggy in bottom, and it also adds a bit more flavour. Time's too short now to be messing about making roux and things like that with a pie. It's a long enough process as it is. So what I tend to do now, just pour it into here. There's 2 pounds of meat here and a couple of onions. There should be plenty for it. Look at that, that's going to be nice, isn't it? There we go. I always make it really full. I don't mess about. There we go. I'll just put that over there. Then I get a little mug, get an egg, and I take the yolk out. I use the yolk only. There we go. Let's rinse my hands. There we go. I've got a pastry brush somewhere, I can't find it. Oh, it's here. It's here. Right. So, put that to one side for a minute. Just have a little wipe down there, not all that on it. My pastry brush there ready, just with an egg in, look. And then we'll get some more pastry out. I mean, I might be teaching you, you know, something that you already know and know better than I do, but I just thought I'd put it on. Always got a lot of friends and family saying, "Oh, how did you make this and how did you make that?" It's easy, really. But, right, just knock that up a little bit. roll this out again about half inch, something like a quarter of an inch, sorry. Just over, don't matter, there's no hard and fast rule. Keep turning it over. And if you keep turning it over and spinning it while you're doing it, you finish up with a round-ish. There we go. It's looking all right. I know I went backwards then, but well, life's for living, innit? Right, so that should fit there. So what I do now, I'll use my egg glue. Just glue around there, all around this edge. You need it well sealed. There we go. Right, roll it up on pin, and then lay it on. That's it. That's your pie covered. Your pie made. Then what I do, I'll get a fork. I've got my favourite fork for this. I don't know why it's favourite, but it just is. Oops. Nearly dropped it then, bloody hell. Trim it off. And then I go around it with a fork. I used to use my mum's false teeth, but she's no longer with us now. No, I didn't. It's just a bit of fun. So they were my dad's. I don't know. God, she'll be having a go at me if she can hear me. Just make pretty patterns round. And make an hole in the centre for steam to come through. Traditionalists would have put a pie funnel in there for it to breathe out steam, but I don't bother with out like that. It's A, I don't know where it's gone, and B, I never remember. Right, let's roll this up and we'll make a bit of fancy work. Bit of flour, huh? Don't want it sticking. Right, I make some leaves. That's how I do it. If you've never seen one of these knives I've got here, it's what they call a turning knife. It's actually for turning potatoes with, but for anything like this, it's superb with. You can get them all over. They're not hard to get hold of. Just ask for a turning knife. That's it. Manage without one, like, but. And what I do then, go it back at turning knife and make veins in it, your leaves. Simple as that. There you go. Right, then I'm going to start gluing all top up. I do just a pure egg glaze, just egg yolk glaze, because it always gives it a better colour. So just rub a bit on top. Rub it around here first, and then I can stick petals down and do them. Oh, one on here. Put it that way around. One there. A bit more glue. One there. That's it. Jobs are good. Doesn't have to be hard, does it? Put a bit of glue on it. Right, we'll do the rest of pie. And I can guarantee it'll be better than anything you can buy in a shop. So you'll have to try it and let me know how you go on with it. But I know it'll be better than anything you can buy. Right. That's that. Right. So I'll put it in the oven and we'll come back in about 3/4 of an hour. So I'll show you what it's like when it's done. Well, here we are. I've just took it out of the oven. We're just about to start cutting it for tea, so I'll just show you when we cut it and served up. So if you hang on. Right, well there you have it. I think this is what they call the money shot. I'm not quite sure, but we've got peas. I've done some carrot batons with fennel and the pie. So I'm just going to put a ladle of gravy on it. This is my serving, this. My helping. There we go. Look at that. Ho, 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 ho. Don't you wish you were here? Eh? Look at that. Oof. There we go. Food porn, I think they call that. Anyway, if you like what you've seen, give us a thumbs up, give us a share and a like, and subscribe if you possibly will. Just one more thing, the other thing that makes it even better is this. I don't really look at that. Endos, you can't beat it. Now there's an inferior product that comes from Worcestershire. This is better. If you see it in shops, buy it and put it on your pie, and I'll guarantee you'll not go back to that inferior product. Okay then, well thanks ever so much, and we'll see you on the next episode. Whether it's cooking, whether it's driving around, I do not know. But thanks ever so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and well, give us a comment. So thanks very much. We'll see you again soon. Bye.